Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is September 10th, 2023, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the S&P 500 on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only. As we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading. So please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is actually suitable for you. Let's jump right over to the charts and see what's been happening here. All right, on the quarterly chart, we got a green doji happening here just underneath an R1 level. These are yearly pivots. On the monthly chart, we have another red month starting off here, still up on the R1. Seems like we're having a hard time breaking that quarterly pivot R1. On the weekly chart, we look like we are having a bearish harami forming near top, so it's in the right location. So again, look out next week. Next week we should be opening probably below pivot, so it's highly likely these are monthly pivots on the weekly chart, so we're going to be opening below a monthly pivot. So this month, since we have come below pivot, I like saying above pivot, stay above pivot, but now that we are below pivot, well, let's stay below pivot and actually go down to an R1 level. And an R1 level will be down here to that last low that we had. So that's kind of like within range where this thing can come down and bounce. A nice level, a nice level that the market will be looking for. But then here on the daily picture, look like we did, started off the week, above pivot, came below pivot, came down to an R1, and did a bounce on the weekly picture. But the thing is, this just can be the beginning of a leg down. The market kind of goes down, trace back up a little bit, and then continue down. And with us opening next week under pivot, I can see us coming down at least to maybe another R1 again. So, but we got to wait and see. And let me zoom on in here where you can have a better look at what I'm actually looking at. All right, let's go ahead on the quarterly chart. As I said, on the quarterly chart, we still look okay and all, in my opinion, based on some of my long-term stuff and where I'm at in the market and all. And my stochastic is still looking to the upside. We got a green doji. The thing is now, going to see what this last quarter is going to give us and all, and see what we have to do at that time. On the monthly picture, we had that red month last month. This month look like we're having another red month. We had a bearish harami here actually on the monthly picture. We're getting confirmation of that pattern and all. But again, we can still stay bullish as long as we're staying above this 10 moving average, 9 moving average, whatever I happen to have on here. And we can come down here, like I said, come down here and test this low again, which would be the pivot and bounce again. And that would be perfect for me at this time. So let's take a quick look at the weekly picture. On the weekly picture, again, just like last week, at the beginning of the week, we had kind of like almost a bearish pattern at a top at a resistance level. So it's no big surprise that this market actually kind of dropped like it did drop. We got a confirmation of that bearish pattern. We came down here and formed somewhat of a bullish type pattern. It didn't come down as low on the pivots as you would expect. But again, this would have been the level with volatility going up in the market. If you would have been selling something, you'd have been expected to get out here, or you would have sold something down here, expecting it to bounce up here. You would have sold something up here, expecting it to stay below here, and it played out exactly to the plan based on if you trade around pivots. No trade recommendation there, but this is one of the reasons I have this on here. Some of the guys who do look at pivots and have their own way of looking at pivots, we just kind of help them see what confirmation of what I'm seeing, and they're seeing the same thing, I hope. Right now, next week, I don't know about my pivots here on the weekly chart. See, these are monthly pivots. So yeah, next month, on this monthly pivot, we started out above pivot. We're ending up below pivot here on that first week, and all. And the thing is, now will we come all the way down to an R1 level, and all on this monthly. And again, like I say, it'll be perfectly okay, because this is the area where you would expect if you're going to buy or be long in the market. This is if you're already out of your long positions, which you probably should have been. This is where you want to get take a chance of getting back into the market ever how you're going to get back into the market. But you have to be careful because this could be a leg down, pull back up, and then you end up getting a leg going down lower than these lows. So this is the area that we have to watch, and make sure this market doesn't break this area right here if you're playing that. So way down here might be a better level to actually look at buying. Again, where this market actually broke out of this zone here and went higher. I'm not playing this little basing zone here and went higher. This is a better level down here. Let's take a quick look at the daily picture and wrap this on up. On the daily picture, for short-term like players, we can see that the market has did do a little bounce, but our stochastic is definitely not supporting that bounce. Our stochastic is still pointing to the downside, but we know that stochastic can do something like what it did back here, where it did this little reversal and then a little bounce, and then it ends up going back up and up higher. So right now, again, this whole level down here around 4,400 or 44.20, these pivots here are the ones that I'm looking at as my support. These are weekly pivots, so next week we're probably going to be opening up underneath pivot, and the thing is, will we come down to this level, or will we reverse, or will we come down to this level, or will we reverse? But on my lower side, this is what I'm looking at, way down here 44.20, and I'm looking way down here 43.80 to give you some round numbers and all. But no trade recommendation there, just levels that I'm looking at. I hope this has been helpful. I hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.